Mr. President, it's been a little while since I saw you.
I wish you could be closer. I'd shake your hand.
I know. I know.
Like the old days, right?
Strange. Yeah, well, I saw you in January at the Dana Corporation, and you were gracious enough to give us an interview then.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us again.
Thank you very much.
I got to ask you, first off, you're at this Ford facility. Detroit is beaming with pride about the things that they've done, from the B-52 bombers back in the day to now this. What are your thoughts?
Well, this is very exciting because, frankly, you know, the plants and the cars, and we have many, many factories, car plants coming in from Japan and other countries, and they're building now in Michigan, they're building in Detroit, and I've done a really good job in that. Then the virus came in, but they're building and they're going to be open and the virus is going to be gone. But I'm very proud of what happened here because they're building ventilators here and done a really great job of it. And we have 11 plants now throughout the country that are building ventilators. And our country is totally taken care of, and we're helping the world because many countries in the world, 188 countries right now that are suffering with the virus. And we are helping a lot of countries with the ventilators because that's something, you know, you can get a swab, a cotton swab. You can get a lot of things. You can't build a ventilator. But they're building thousands of them right here in Detroit at this plant, so we're very happy about it.
There are undecided voters out there, and here we go. It is crunch time for election time. I got to ask you, why should an undecided voter who's on the fence vote for you? You came to the Dana Corporation, said you helped rev up the auto industry.
Right.
Joe Biden says he and Obama did that back in the day. What do you tell an undecided voter who's on the fence?
Well, during the Obama era and the Biden era, car companies and jobs were leaving this country like crazy. And with us, you go up to 2 months ago, and again, we had to close it. Now we're starting it again. We're going to have it back very soon. But we brought tremendous amount of car building back to Detroit and to other areas. What we've done is unprecedented. Nobody's ever seen it. You know, we lost 30% of our car making capacity to Mexico and Canada and other places. And we just signed the USMCA. All of that, much of that's coming back. And you look at plants, we have plants being built for the production of cars all over the country. When I came here, plants weren't being built. It wasn't a thing that people were even considering. So we've done a great job for the automobile industry, but we've also done a great job for jobs. If you look back, and right now, but if you look back 2 months until I had to turn it off because we saved millions of lives by turning it off. Millions and millions of lives. But if you look back to the day before I had to do that, we had the highest numbers in the history of our country, 160 million people almost, and we've never even been close to that. So no president has ever done. We had the greatest economy in history, the greatest in history. We cut taxes, we cut regulation, we did everything that you had to do. And Biden doesn't even know where he is. Under Biden, we would lose it all. It would be a very, very sad thing for the country.
It's a tougher fight with Biden now than it was before because of the virus, right?
I don't know. I'm looking at numbers that are very good for me, you know, in terms of the poll. People know that we did it once and now we'll do it again. I think we're going to have a tremendous fourth quarter. We're going to have a good transition into the fourth quarter, and next year is going to be one of our best years. We're going to have a great year next year.
We have so much of the state that's shut down right now. Barbers rallied yesterday. Salon owners rallied and said, God, we got to get back to this.
Yeah.
When you take a look at businesses that are failing because of the virus and because of the shutdown, you're a businessman turned president. What do you tell them? Is there reversible? Is it okay? Can we reverse this damage?
I think you're going to not only reverse it, but you have to open up. Otherwise, you're going to lose some of these businesses. Florida's open. Georgia's open. Many of these states are open right now. And if you don't open up, you're going to lose a lot of your businesses. They're going to have to open it up. You're going to be put at a big disadvantage. And a lot of the Democrat governors just don't want to do that. And they think it's good politically. I think it's very bad politically. But you take a look at the states that are opening, they're back and really doing well. There's a big pent-up demand. And I hope Michigan is going to be open very soon. A great guy is running for the Senate, John James. And I think he's got an awfully good shot. He's running against somebody that nobody ever even heard of, and he's a senator, Peters. People don't know who he is, and he's a senator. John James is he would be a great senator.
You talked to Governor Gretchen Whitmer yesterday. How did that call go? And also, talk about the people in Midland who are dealing with the flooding.
Yeah, well, I did. I spoke to the governor, and we had Governor Whitmer, we had a very, very good conversation. I really called about the dams because you need help. Your dam's broke, and we brought the Army Corps of Engineers in. They're here now. Nobody can do it like them. They can fix it. The Army Corps of Engineers is in, and FEMA's in. And so we had a very good conversation yesterday with your governor.
What about Detroiters who really suffered at the hands of this virus? Moving forward, they may be concerned about a second wave. Are you concerned about a second wave? And what do you tell Detroiters who really suffered
Well, I'm
through this?
concerned about everything. And you could have a second wave, but it's going to be at a lower key, and it's going to be embers and fires, and we're going to put them out as it comes. We're not going to be shutting down. You could have some embers, you could have some fires where they burst out, but we know how to put it out. And, you know, we saved millions of lives by what we've done, but it's a very difficult process. All over the world they've done it, and they really had no choice. The places that didn't do it are not doing well. I can tell you, there are a couple of places that didn't do it, and without mentioning names, they're not doing well. So we did the right thing, saved millions of lives. Now we're building up our economy, and I think you're going to see tremendous numbers over the next number of months as we go along.
And finally, the African-American vote is critical, of course. Detroit is one of the largest black cities in America. Talk directly to the voters out there about why they should vote for you and not Biden.
Well, I appreciate the question. Before we turned off the engine, we had to turn it off. We're starting it up again, and it's going good. But we had the best numbers in African-American unemployment, African-American employment. We had the best numbers of every single category. Plus, I did judicial reform, and criminal justice reform, prison reform, things that President Obama was unable to get done, things that President Bush was totally unable to get done. They couldn't do it. They tried. They couldn't do it. I got it done. Criminal justice reform, prison reform. If you look at historically black, if you take a look at what we've done with the small colleges and universities, historically black, and you take a look at what we've done, I made it permanent funding as opposed to every year they'd come to Washington trying to come out, look for money. And they said, could you do it? They've been trying to get that done for many, many years, and I got it done. So we have black colleges and universities now have their permanent funding as opposed to funding where they didn't know if they were going to be living from year to year. I don't think anybody's done anywhere near what I've done for the African American community, and I'm very proud of it.
Mr. President, maybe the next time we talk, we won't have to do this, right?
I hope so. I think that will be a fact.
Thank you so much for your time
you very
exclusively
much.
here. Appreciate you.
Great.
Thank you, sir.
You must be pretty strong holding it.
It's been about 20 minutes.
Man, I was very impressed. I said, I knew this interview couldn't last too long. It's almost like a test.
That was great. I appreciate you. Thank you, Mr. President.
I have to give major props to our colleagues there at WJBK. That's Fox 2 in Detroit.